June 2024 BTO will be the very last BTO launch before the new Plus classification comes into effect. Several of the projects will also be located in mature estates, and the government also reduced BTO launches from 4 times a year to 3 times a year, so we do expect the demand for June BTO to be very high. In this video, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of the BTO projects that will be launched in June 2024. We are going to discuss the pros and cons of each project to help you decide. Let's start with the project that most people seem to be very excited about, the Queenstown project. Located in Holland Village, this project will offer about 330 BTO flats with 2-room flexi and 4-room configurations. It's within walking distance of Holland Village MRT, just next to Holland Village, one stop away from Buona Vista MRT interchange and the Star Vista Mall, and it's also 2 stops away from the One North Business Hub. It is also relatively close to NUS and about a 10 minutes drive to Orchard Road. It's been at least a decade since we've last seen a BTO project in this area, so no wonder a lot of people are looking forward to this project. But this project will be marked as a prime project with a 10-year MOP, various restrictions, and a subsidy clawback, so that's something that you need to consider. What I like about this project is the location is convenient if you are looking for amenities in a mature estate. For parents, there are quite a lot of school options for various ages, so that's a plus. But on the other hand, what I don't like about this project is that it will come with a lot of restrictions, 10-year MOP, cannot rent out the whole unit even after MOP, there's an income ceiling for the next buyer when you try to sell it off, and many more. And because of the area, most likely the price tag will be relatively high for a BTO too. There are also only around 330 units for this project, which gives you limited options. However, because this project will be under the prime classification, actually it will bring another plus point for the buyer. Usually, the application rate is lower for projects under prime classifications, so if you are really interested in staying long-term in this development, you might get lucky in the balloting process. The next project I'm going to discuss is not getting so much buzz, but I predict this project will be very popular, which is the Tampines BTO. Why? Because it's only around 4 minutes walk to Tampines West MRT station and located in a mature estate where you don't have to worry about amenities and school options. If this project was launched later, it would for sure be categorized as a plus project with a 10-year MOP and bunch of other restrictions, but because it's being launched in June, technically, it will still have the standard 5-year MOP. Residents can also take a short bus ride to Tampines MRT station, which has a few malls, or they can also go to our Tampines Hub, which has library, eateries, and many more. You can also stay active as Bedok Reservoir and Tampines Park Connector are relatively close. What I like about this project is definitely the fact that it will be near an MRT station. Given that it's located in a mature estate, you don't have to worry about amenities and also have a lot of school options. Besides offering 2-room flexi and 4-room flats, this project will also have 5-room flats if you want more space. And let's not forget about another positive point is that this project still has a 5-year MOP, whereas if it was launched beyond June, it will be categorized as a plus project with a 10-year MOP. So you do have a high chance of making a good profit if you want to sell it right after MOP. On the downside, just watch out if you drive. The area near Tampines Central is known for traffic congestion and noise. So, if you are buying a flat here, you might want to avoid the ones facing the main road. Another downside I can think of is that this project is far from city center, but that is more of a Tampines problem and not necessarily this specific BTO problem. Okay, next let's talk about Kallang Whampoa BTO projects. These are 2 side-by-side plots near Tanjung Ru Road, which has a lot of high-end condos. However, this location is quite a remote area. There are 2 MRT stations that are currently being built, Tanjung Ru MRT and Katong Park MRT. However, it will still be around 1 kilometer walk to either of these stations. Amenities are not very good in this area, which is why the project itself will include preschools, a supermarket, some shops, eateries, etc. But the selling point will be the view, as there will be quite a lot of flats that will face the Geylang River and the sports hub at Kallang. It is a short drive to CBD and that 2 MRT stations are being built. You might also have less competition for a 3-room flat. Why? When this video is recorded, we don't know for sure yet whether this project will be marked as a premium project, but assuming it is, then it will come with a 10-year MOP and a bunch of other restrictions. But based on past premium projects, the application rate for a 3-room flat specifically is usually low because most families find that the holding period is too long and not suitable if they want to expand their family. Another positive point for this project is that they are offering over 2,000 units for both projects, so you tend to have a higher chance in balloting. On the other hand, for families, you do have to note that there's only one high school nearby. The government will build preschools in the project, but how about primary school and secondary school? That's something that you need to think about, especially if you still have young children. Another downside is that although there are 2 MRT stations being built, however, it will still be a 1-kilometer distance, so most likely you need to take a bus just to get to the station unless you are keen to take a very long walk. Next, we have the Yishun BTO project. More than 1,200 flats will be offered here. One of the most attractive features of the Yishun BTO project is its proximity to the scenic Lower Seletar Reservoir Park, which is within walking distance. Unfortunately, the location is very far from Khatib MRT station. Unless you want to walk for like 20 minutes, you'll just have to take a bus. There are few schools nearby, but in general, you need to travel for amenities. On the positive side, this project most likely will be one of the most affordable options for this batch. This project will also offer all flat sizes from 2-room up to 5-room flats. And this project will have the standard 5-year MOP, which means you can quickly move on after MOP. This project will also be surrounded by greenery, so that's nice. But on the other hand, the location is too remote for me. Yishun itself is already quite far from the CBD if you work there. Plus, you need to take a bus to the nearest MRT station, so that's a bit tough. Even if you don't mind the distance, do remember that it will be in the buyer's mind when you want to sell your flat. There's another downside, which is that the project is near the Sembawang Air Base, so you can expect a lot of airplane noises. Okay, next up, let's talk about the Woodlands BTO project. This is another mega project that offers more than 1,500 units with various flat sizes up to 5-room flats. This project is suitable if you are going to Malaysia frequently, as the Woodlands checkpoint is around 1.5 kilometers away. Price-wise, this project should be one of the affordable options, although the neighborhood itself is already established if compared to Tengah, for example. It also has a good selection of schools if you have young children. However, note that this project is not near any MRT station, so you will need to take a bus unless you want to walk for like 30 minutes or so. And obviously, Woodlands is very far from the city center if you work there. But then again, it's a Woodlands problem and not specific to this project. Okay, last but not least, we have the upcoming Jurong East HDB project. This development offers convenient access to transportation where the Pandan Reservoir MRT station is just a 3-minute walk away. Although it's far from city center, the area is a short bus ride away from a lot of malls, which gives you a lot of amenities and facilities. With over 1,000 flats ranging from 2-room flexi to 5-room configurations, the project caters to households of various sizes. Families with children can also benefit from the many school options in the area. I'm guessing that this will be one of the popular projects with high demand. But on the other hand, this project can be noisy if you get a flat that faces the expressway, and Jurong East is quite far from the CBD if you work there. If you don't have the time to wait for a BTO unit and are keen to buy a resale flat instead, check out my other video in the description as I have covered on how to buy a resale flat without using any agent. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!